Hey, Doki. Okay, here's the modern Gief guide to quickly cheese out the opponent. So I'm going to cover some normals, jump-ins, and then specials, and then auto combos, and then the cheese strats. And we're going to get through this extra quick and easy. So the main normals we're going to focus on is square here, down and square. This is your fastest normal to use, and it's really good to keep people away from you if they're trying to like walk you down on the ground. And you can kind of mash this and push people back. So once you mash and push people back enough, when you're at this range where this move doesn't become as good anymore, you can, instead of pressing square, you can press X. This is going to be your medium punch. So we went from light to medium. So here's medium punch, and this one is better at this range. That's a really good move. And the good thing about it too is you can also mash this, and if people aren't blocking, you get 3 chops out of this, the chop here, and it can knock down. So really good move also once you're at this range to mash, right? So as we push further away, we do bigger and bigger buttons to cover more and more range. So once you're out of range of that one, the next move you're going to use is what is this? Circle. So circle is going to be your heavy move, right? So you can tap this move here, and it goes really far, and it's really good for that. And you can also hold it and charge it. And you can also hold it like partially or just hold it all the way. And that's really good because it actually gets armor when you do that. So if the opponent's mashing buttons on you like this, you know, if you're out of this range, first of all, you can just press it and smack them because it has more range. But also if you hold it, there's a chance it'll just armor through the opponent and do this huge blowback. So out here, super good move to just kind of press. If they run into it, they get smacked back. And if you hold it, you get a big knockdown as well. So really good move, this circle move right here. I believe that's circle. Okay, so next it's going to be the 2 jump-ins that are really good. It's going to be jump forward, and then we're going to press, what is it? X? Yes, X. Jump forward, X. So when you're jumping at the opponent, just make sure to press the button like as you're coming down at them. And then this move is super good if you want to jump in. So you can like jump in with this X button right here, and you can press it really early so people can't stop it. And then when you get in, you can start mashing this or your special moves, which we'll see later. So if you're further away, you're going to jump in with X, and it's good to jump over like their attacks on the ground. But if they're up close, we're going to use the circle button, and we're going to do down after we jump forward. So if you're like right here, you can jump and then hold down and press circle. And this is really good because you see how it swaps sides. It's really hard for people to stop this if they're up close. And you can even just loop this over and over. Jump circle, jump circle. I definitely think this will catch people off guard. They might not be ready to stop this. And at any point you can stop, and instead of doing the jump in, you can press your square again right there. Or, you know, your special move, which we'll go into now, right? So that special is done with triangle. Triangle is the special button. So if you want to grab them, your best special, like if you hold different directions, you do different specials when you press this button, triangle. So the best one is going to be up close. You just press it and you get the SPD, the grab here. And this is great because, you know, just huge damage and it's a big grab, and they can't block it. They have to be out of the way. It can be hard to land this if people are mashing on you, but if you mix this in, like, to get people to stop mashing and then press that, or just mash it during their pressure. Like if they're not very good with their pressure, there's a chance that like people will leave gaps, and you could honestly probably just mash this and they'll just get grabbed out of their attacks. So not a bad thing to mash when you're up close, right? And like I mentioned before, doing this with your jump in, every time you get near the opponent on the ground, you can potentially go for this grab here like that. The only other one I think you got to worry about is running bear grab. This one is awesome because he runs at you and grabs. So this is done with back plus triangle. So, you know, walking away from your opponent back, do this, and you can get the running bear grab, and it can surprise people with that. The next thing is supers. So supers are done by holding, or you're going to use the triangle, which is the special, plus heavy. Right, you're going to combine triangle and what is it, circle together. So it's the same idea. You hold the direction and press these 2 buttons and you get different supers. The main one I think you need to know about is down and super. So it uses 3 bars a meter. Hold on, my guy's in the way here. It uses 3 bars a meter. So that's the bar on the bottom left for you. Let me get my guy out of the way. There we go. So if you have 3 meters, just mash this. This thing is instant. If people are attacking you and you just start mashing this, it'll come out if they leave any gaps in their attacks. And it'll do an insane amount of damage. So this is going to be what your basic go-to super for sure. Down, triangle, and circle. If you're in a panic, you got the meter, they're pressuring you, this is what you're going to mash. Like this. And you'll body them for it. So the next thing is going to be the auto combos. Auto combos are performed by holding R2, and then you can mash. So there's 2 really good auto combos to mash. The one I like the most is with X here. So while you're holding R2, you mash with X. And if from far away, it'll whiff like that, but I think that's fine. Because if you're closer, it'll actually combo. And it'll do like a big combo if it hits. So from a medium distance, this button it starts with is pretty good. So I think you can walk into range here and do it. And if you're close enough when it hits, it'll combo into a level 2. So it's good because it uses this decent move. So holding, what is it? R2 plus X. Pretty good one. The other one is holding R2 and mashing circle, your heavy. Similar idea, but it uses the headbutt, so it needs to be a little bit closer. But it's the same idea, and it'll go into the level 3 if it all hits. So, really good tool here as well. Okay, so those are some of his basic tools. So how do we tie it together? So the cheese strats, I have some cheese strats recorded or planned out here. So one really good one is going to be, we're going to use our light, which is the square, into the back special. So this move is really good, like I said, just to mash to create distance. But at any point, you can cancel this by pressing this and then back special really quick together. So you see how I do it? I just do like that. Now you can't do this point blank because he does a stupid grab like that. But if you do it also while standing, so like holding back here and then doing back special, this will clip them, catch them off guard, make them sit still, and then you'll run in and grab. So kind of like a 1-2, just square triangle like that. Same thing with crouching. You need to be holding back when you do the special. That's all you got to worry about. I think this alone will body so many people. So that strategy alone can body everyone. The other cheese strat is, like I mentioned, jump heavy, which is a jump circle. So you jump and then down plus circle. Just loop this. People will not be able to block it. And then at any point, you can stop, wait a second, and then press triangle. So that's going to be really good as well. Like just jumping around doing this. Mix in a few buttons maybe, then do it again. And then stop, triangle. Like this is very obnoxious. It can definitely body people. The other one, the auto combos, I really like holding R2 and mashing X. I think this is really good. If it hits like this, you need to approach again. You need to get closer. But this has a really good range. And then the other thing is DI. So I haven't talked about DI yet, but that's going to be your L1. This is the big armored move. This move is really powerful. It can be countered, but you know your opponents might not know that. And this is good because say your opponents are pressing buttons like this, right? If you just do this DI while they're pressing buttons, there's a chance that you might get this big slowdown. Let me get a bit better recording. See, you'll get this. Big slowdown, big paint effects. It armors through their attacks. It has multiple hits of armor. And all you gotta do when that lands is start mashing triangle. So spam, just do this, and if you get the big slowdown, start mashing triangle. You'll get the big grab after. Now, of course, if you want to go more advanced, you could also do that with down plus triangle and square to get the big super. That'll kill them. This does so much damage. But that's kind of the idea. Spam DI with your L1 button. And then mash SPD if it hits. So if it doesn't hit fully, it'll just knock them back. But if you see the big slowdown, mash triangle. You get your special move. And that's basically it. Those are some cheese strats. Let me know what you think. If you want more help, we can lab it up some more.